Good day, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk, the Todd Worsham Show. So today we got kind of a ADHD episode. um, couldn't focus in on a single topic because there's so much stuff going on right now in the world. So got a little list of things here. Um, so we're going to talk about some world things that are going on, and then talk about some stuff going around in the country. Kind of go over like some conspiracy stuff that I kind of already went over, but this kind of debunks the conspiracy theory. So anyway, and then we're gonna get on to some other stuff. The legalization of marijuana. I'd like to talk about that for a little bit, and then if we got enough time, we're gonna get into some into conversation about fast food. Yeah, I cut myself shaving. So anyway, welcome aboard, and thank you for joining in. And I'm happy that you've given me your time. Thank you. All right. WHO? World Health Organization. Yeah. No, it's not Pete Townsend and Robert Daltrey. Wish it was, though. Well, I'm not really sure, but maybe. It'd be a lot funner. At any rate, so the World Health Organization is, how can I've been trying to think how to word this for like about a day or so, but any rate, so the World Health Organization, they're trying to pass these laws where a group of peoples who don't reside in like a lot of the countries over the world are trying to take over control and power of the world health. And if that's not scary to you, you need to do some research. Again, I don't. I do watch mainstream media. I do. I click in and out and bounce all through. Whether it's right hand, left hand, whatever. But I like to go to like universities, some universities that I know that aren't biased. Maybe more like on the Christian side. I guess it doesn't mean they're not biased, but they're more neutral, if that's possible. But yeah, they are. They're more neutral. But anyway, so I go to places like Epic Times and The Guardian, and unfortunately, you have to pay for these. Which you got to pay for Newsmax anyways. That's not free anymore. I mean, they have a free version, but your opiners, your talking heads, that's not free to watch them. So you got to pay for that. But I suggest hooking up with Epic Times and get an email from them, and they give a lot of good information out, and it's not based upon politics. It's not based upon Donald Trump or Biden or Obama or anybody. It's not based on any political party at all. It's just information. I think kind of like NPR used to be before they fell off. I don't know where they went to, but they just disappeared. Oh my God. But anyway, so those are the couple my main news stations that I go to for a lot of information. And like I said, they're for the most part, I would actually say they are almost completely non-biased. They basically send reporters out there. They ask questions. They get information. They research stuff, and their answers or the information that they bring back isn't based upon whether it's a left wing or a right wing agenda. There's the only agenda that I can see through both of those two are information agendas, and what we wouldn't do to have Walter Cronkite back again. Me and my ADHD. Yeah. At any rate, so they're trying to make up all these laws that are going to determine how we should handle our own country's medical issues. Like, for example, let's just take the pandemic that just came through. So if they would have been in charge and if they would have been able to do everything they wanted to do, they would have shut the whole planet down. They would have shut everything down. Well, instead of listening to the scientists, which actually the World War, World Health Organization doesn't have any scientists in it. It's just a bunch of people, and they're making these decisions based upon, from what I've read and from what I understand, they're actually activists. So they're not putting the best interests of the people of the planet first. They are running off their own agendas, and that is detrimental. It doesn't matter if you're left wing or right wing or whatever your political affiliation or beliefs are. That's actually extremely irrelevant. What's relevant is that each decision is based upon a sound ethical and moral uh, basis. You look at things, first through a common sense view, first through, does this benefit the people of the planet? Does it hurt? Instead of everything being monetarily, advancing people, which, I don't want to get into it on this episode, but our country, United States, when we look at our representatives, why are all of our representatives wealthy? That doesn't make any sense. They shouldn't be. They should be just like you and me. They should go to work, do their job, and get everything that we get. And they shouldn't be getting all these, 3 or 4 houses and 10 cars. And they shouldn't be doing that. They should be representing us. But instead, they're representing themselves. So that's basically what WHO is doing, World Health Organization. As far as I can tell from all the articles that I've read, they are not doing anything to benefit any country. As a matter of fact, they're recommending and asking for us to drop our sovereignty and for them to control us. Now, you won't see this on CNN. You won't see this on Fox. You won't see this on MSDNC. You won't see it on Newsmax. You won't see this anywhere. You have to go to third-party news outlets who are unbiased. There's a handful of them out there, and it's growing, actually. There's becoming more and more. I'm happy to say that I do believe that the younger generation that's coming up is starting to get wise to all this woke crap and starting to see how detrimental that all this stuff is starting to be on our society, and how it's keeping people down. So, World Health Organization, we can't do this. We can't let this happen. I extremely encourage you to look them up, go on their website, and read their rhetoric. It's very important that you do this, because we really, 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 as a sovereign nation, we really need to oppose this, and this just can't happen. We cannot give up our sovereignty to a handful of activists that are on the other side of the planet. That just can't happen. It just can't. Wow. So that's that part of it. World Health Organization. Oh my God. What would we do without them? Look what they did for us during the pandemic. And then to come to find out that we already knew that the virus was going to mutate and become less and less potent, but yes, more and more, I can't think of the word, easier to catch. I can't think of the word right now. But we pretty much know this, because that's what happened with the flu. It's what happens with other viruses that come out. The first 1 or 2 strains are, kind of bad and a little bit, but once your immune system gets a hold of it and starts building antibodies and then puts the memory in your brain, you're good. You don't need all these mRNAs, which I don't even want to go down that road. I just feel so sorry for all the peoples who were convinced into taking these mRNA shots, because all the research I've done on those, on mRNA period, is not good. It's extremely bad, actually. It's the simplest way I can sum it up as it's a question mark. Even though we've been messing around with it for a little while, still don't really have the answers. We still really don't know what the outcomes are, and it's sad that we are putting this on innocent people, and it's sad that they want to prick our children with this stuff. So anyway, and no, I'm not some right wing, hardcore redneck conservative person. I'm just a normal, everyday American, but I do have common sense, and I do like to understand things before I do them. So, of course, unless I'm doing stupid shit, then it doesn't matter. Not that that ever happens. All right. Okay, so let's get on to the next topic here. So, if y'all stay in tune with me and you watch some of my episodes, you know that I did an episode on chem spraying, chemical spraying in the atmosphere or in the air, and it's if you go on Google, it says it's a big conspiracy theory, and it doesn't, it's not true. It doesn't happen. Well, I hate to say this, but again, if you go to third party news, you will learn that the government has had to make statements about this, and of course, it is not put out there. You will not see this on any mainstream media news. None. Not even none of it. It just isn't there. So Tennessee, oh, I gotta love them. Tennessee has officially it's in the process of officially banning chem spraying. So now I ask you, how do you ban a conspiracy? It doesn't even make any sense. So do you ban things that you can't see? Do you ban atoms? Do you ban ghosts? Do you ban, I don't know, channeling? Can you just ban things that don't exist? So this pretty much solidifies it for me. I mean, I already know. I live here in Arizona, and it goes on here, I'd say in the last year or two, at least year, maybe even two. It has been really bad here. Really bad. And I know I've stated this before, but when I moved here 30 years ago, you would never see clouds. It was sunshine here for probably, you think I'm joking, but probably like 360 days a year. And that's not exaggerating. That's straight up. I loved it when I moved here. The sun was always out. And I would say within the last 6 to 8 months, that's not a true statement anymore. Although we do get to see the sun every day here still, well, almost every day, those days are diminishing, and they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you may wake up and you may see the sun for the first part of the day, but then by the afternoon, almost every afternoon here in Phoenix, it's overcast. And that's never happened since I've been here. I've never seen that. Never. And it starts out about, well, it depends. They do it all different times. But when I get to work, the sun's just up, and you can start seeing the lines crossing the sky between 5 and 6 in the morning. And then almost every day by noon, the sky is just completely I'll just say overcast. It's like a haze. It doesn't even look natural. Actually, it just appears, and then it blows away, and then the whole process starts all over again the next day. And then they take a few days off, and then they start it. And then I've noticed that they started spraying in the evening, so I don't know if they're spraying all night. And I've followed the weather here, and you go on the Weather Channel, they tell you it's going to be sunny, no clouds, great for 5 days, and then the next thing you know, sun goes down and it's raining. And then you wake up the next day and it's raining. It goes away, it comes back, and then it's raining. And I'm thinking, and I'm not going to fall into the whole global warming, climate change thing, because I think I've done enough good research on that subject to completely conclude that that is a complete hoax and it's a complete money laundering grab and a power grab. I believe there's a small percentage of the people in places, and I know this sounds like a conspiracy, but I've done some pretty good research on this with a lot of scientists throughout the whole world, and all your non-mainstream scientists, the ones who aren't bought off, they all agree with it. It's a hoax and it can't be proven. And then you look back through history of the planet, and temperatures have gone up and down, up and down. And actually, if you want to get real honest, I mean, we're at the end of an ice age. I mean, we were in an ice age, and then I don't know. There's so many theories, but one of the theories is that that meteor hit the Earth, and then that kind of kicked things into gear. So, but whatever. But we were at that point. We were in an ice age, so um, let the planet warm up. Let Antarctica defrost. It was defrosted before. It used to be a really nice, I don't know about Arctic, or I'm not sure. Always get them confused. But I know that one of them was a really green, lush tropical zone. It was beautiful. It was like one of the best places to live on the planet. It was really nice. And then, of course, the ice age hit, and it froze it up, and now it's all frozen. So, and it's funny because you hear all these people freaking out about the ice caps melting. Why? Why are you freaking out? There's land underneath there that hasn't always been frozen. So quit messing with the weather. And it's not just the United States, too. I don't know if anybody saw what just happened in Dubai. I think it was last week. It was like 12 inches of rain in 24 hours. But I have to admit, that's different. They're not chem spraying. Well, I don't know that. I haven't researched that, so I don't know that. But what their government admitted to is that they're cloud seeding, which has been done for probably, was this the 20s, 50s, probably 60, 70 years, maybe more. Well, let's just. I know Vietnam. I know we cloud seeded during Vietnam because that was one of the things that we did to keep it raining there all the time. From what I've understood, it was to flood out the tunnels, the Ho Chi Minh Trail. But I mean, I don't know all that for a fact. But I do know the government did admit to cloud seeding over Vietnam to induce massive rainpours on a constant basis to just drag everything down and to keep people immobile. So, and it seemed to work. I don't know. Seemed to. At any rate, congratulations, Tennessee. A lot more states need to follow that. Arizona needs to follow that. That's for damn sure. Because I want my blue skies back. That and call me another conspiracy freak, but the one thing I've noticed here in Arizona too is everybody has respiratory issues all of a sudden right now. Everybody's has colds, everybody's sniffling, everybody's having breathing problems. There's just a lot of crap going on here right now, and it doesn't make any sense because this is like one of the best states in the nation used to be for your lungs and for your respiratory system. So that's kind of gone away now. It's not like that anymore. I don't know. I hope we can get it back, but who knows? All right. So legalizing marijuana. What a fucking stupid thing to do. Oh my God. All right. So I'm end of the line baby boomer. So I kind of grew up with in the love child kind of thing with the LSD and the pot, and then I was in my 20s in the 80s, so I don't know if I even need to talk about that. But anyway, so Yeah, I have smoked a little bit of marijuana in my life, and I my last back surgery, I went and got my medical card, my marijuana medical card, and found out that these found out that the cannabis that's currently being produced and sold to the public is bad. I don't know what they put in it. I don't know what they do with it. I have no idea, nothing. But all I know is it's extremely unhealthy. It's I went through some personal stuff with it that I'd never experienced with when it was illegal. When it was illegal, it seemed to be a lot cleaner, a lot better, a lot healthier. And these cannabis clubs, I don't know what they're putting in there. I've heard that they're putting sulfur. So I looked up the side effects of sulfur. OMG, you do not want that, and why you would smoke that, and why they would even put it on there and sell it to you, and why is there no regulations from the government about what chemicals can or cannot be put on something that people are freely just ingesting? I mean, this whole, I voted against it, even though I do believe that cannabis, well, let's put it this way. Let me rephrase that. I know for a fact that natural, normal cannabis can help you with your pain and can help you with some types of anxiety and can help you with sleeping and eating habits. I know this for a fact for my system. And I also know for a fact for my system that the dispensary cannabis is not the same. It's I can't even explain it. It's not good. And I've been recommending everybody to stay away from it because I have to check, but I think the laws in Arizona state that you can I think have up to 3 plants, but I'm not sure if that's with a medical card or if that's everybody. I'm not really sure. I haven't actually read the law, but let's say that it is legal. I've recommended to everyone who is going to do this to be in control of their health. It's just like anything else, the foods that you eat or whatever, exercise versus non-exercise or whatever, all the choices that we make in our lives. If you're eating healthy and you're doing all these things, and you like to get, you like to take marijuana either for pain or for other issues or whatever, or even if you just like to do it for for recreation, which I don't really approve of because I used to do that when I was a kid. It was fucking stupid. But I believe that you should go organic, and they don't sell it. I've asked um, because I'm kind of like on this anti-ingestion of chemical kick right now. I've changed my toothpaste, everything, my soap. I'm trying to get all the chemicals out of me. I don't want to die yet. I want to push my life out a little bit longer if I can. So, but anyway, so the whole point of this conversation is legal marijuana is garbage. Don't buy it. Don't give your money and all the tax money. This is another thing that nobody's talking about. It's kind of like the lottery. What happens to all this tax money that the government's getting from this? You never hear a single word about the taxes. Okay, so like all these illegal migrants, illegal aliens that are in our country, why don't they take all the money from the cannabis and from the lottery and help those people after they help the U.S. citizens that are homeless? Take care of our own people first. I don't know. You don't want my opinion on all that. I would put them all on planes and send them back. All of them. Every single last one of them. And have them come through the country. I have no issues or problems with coming through the country legally. So, which they should do. Which I have a lot of friends that have. I've actually sponsored people to get citizenship. Two people. So I'm not against migration. I'm just against our invasion. It's not right. We're not set up for this. So we're just not set up for it. All right, we're going to make it. So let's get on to the fourth subject here, fast food. Oh, I'm sure it's everyone's enemy. I know I struggle with it. I didn't grow up on fast food. I grew up with a home cooked meal every night. I was very privileged in my childhood to have had people in my family that knew how to cook and that did cook and prepared very well meals, very good meals for me. And I was lucky. So, and I didn't grow up with candy and all that crap. And I mean, yeah, we went out to dinner like maybe, oh, I don't know if it was once a week or maybe once or twice a month. Maybe we used to go to this Chinese restaurant we used to go to. But other than that, the family I grew up, my family, we didn't eat out. You just didn't happen. And candy was only during Halloween and Easter. Those nasty sugar bunnies. Oh, and the chocolate bunnies. But other than that, if we got lucky every once in a while, Grandma would take us to See's Candy and get us a couple pieces of candy, and we were privileged at that point, so it was pretty good. But I grew up on bananas were probably my number one fruit. Second to that was probably either watermelon, grapes, or I loved pomegranates when I was a kid. That, and we had a kumquat tree. I know a lot of people have never heard of them, but they're like these little fruits, and they're yellow. And then as they start to get ripened, they start getting like all these little black spots on them. But anyway, they taste just like a pear on steroids. Oh my god, it's they got big seeds in them, and then they got this meat in them that's just like a pear. But I grew up on those. I used to love them, and I thank God for that. But anyway, fast food. So I still go out to hit fast food here and there. One of my heroines is In-N-Out Burger and Wiener Schnitzel. And every once in a while I screw up and I go to Jack in the Crack or McDonald's, which has gone so far down the tubes today that I won't even go there anymore. Not only is the cost so high, the quality is so poor, and it's just nasty. And same thing with Jack in the Box is really my only heroine from there because I grew up on them were the Jack in the Box tacos. When I used to hang out down on the beach, we had a Jack in the Box down there at Bolsa Chica Beach. And we used to go there and get tacos. I think it was like, I want to say it was 3 or 4 of them for $1. But I don't remember. But anyway, fast food today, it's horrific. It is complete garbage. And the cost of it is astronomical for what you pay for one meal at McDonald's. And I know that grocery prices are high right now, and I get it, and I understand that. But for the price you pay for that, you could have went to Safeway or Albertsons, Fry's, whatever, Kroger's, and you could have went and got yourself some really good, higher end food that's really good for you. But granted, you have to prep it. So what I've done is to keep myself better. When I go grocery shopping, I try to prep all my meals for the week, especially my work meals. I do all my work meals on Sunday, and I prep everything. So all I got to do is wake up and throw the crap in my lunchbox, and I'm off to work. I'm gone. Easy. But then I still have to cook dinner. And yeah, sometimes I have rough days or exhausted days, and I stop off at well, I usually go to Wiener Schnitzel lately, but I did stop off at Jack in the Box the other day, and it was so horrific. It was just, I would probably never go there again. And if I do, it's just going to be tacos or maybe the teriyaki rice ball because their egg rolls are like the bomb. But anyway, my whole point of this conversation is try not to eat there anymore. Um, we don't need this crap. Let's instead of eating processed foods and getting cancer and getting fat and getting diabetes and all this other shit that we're getting, eat an apple. Um, or better yet, just prep some meals and leave them in the refrigerator, put them in the freezer. And if you want fast food, just take it with you. I mean, just there's foods that you can make that are healthier for you that you can take. Like for example, sometimes I make oatmeal raisin cookies, and you can freeze them, or you can freeze the dough, and you can keep the cookies around and put them in your truck or car or whatever, or put them in your desk at work, and you can munch on them. And since you made them, you already know that they're half healthy. They're not, full of all kinds of processed crap. But that's just me. But keep some nuts around you, not the ones that are out walking around, but like real nuts. Keep some nuts around you, or some kind of, little munchable food. Beef jerky is like, to me, like beef jerky is like the go-to food because it's full of protein. It's easy to eat. It lasts. You can put it anywhere. It's I'm gonna say it's a superfood, but it's super easy to maintain and super easy to carry with you. Unfortunately, it's real expensive, but so is fast food. So, anyway, so I'm gonna close up with that, and remember to check in every Thursday for a new episode. And hope you enjoyed today's episode. And we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you and have a great day.